What would you like to learn about confidence? Today, my plan is to, of course, share some facts, some data, the psychology behind confidence and the mindset behind it. But I know that confidence is different for everyone. So I want to make sure that I make it relevant to you. If you want, I can share what I have planned, what I feel like sharing, but is there something specific that you would like to learn from me about confidence? Let me see. I got a direct message as well. A way to increase my confidence. I am much more confident now, but I still need a boost. How to continue feeling confident if your external situation isn't fulfilling at that time? Yes. Fantastic. Keep your questions coming. Write them down, and I will do my best to cover everything. So, first things first, what does confidence mean? What is confidence? What is confidence? Over the time we are together, or if you're new to this, we have talked about different things. Usually, we talk about confidence, and we think that confidence is one thing that includes everything. Confidence is one thing, but there is another thing that is self-confidence. There is another thing that is self-esteem. That is another thing that is self-worth. Is another thing that is value. I don't want you to mix up everything in your mind. It doesn't really matter. Right now, we're going to talk about confidence, and confidence is how do we show up, or how do we show outwards, how do we project what's happening within us outside. I just posted something on Instagram about confidence versus arrogance. First of all, being self-confident does not mean that I am arrogant, because confidence is true belief in my abilities and true belief in my judgment. So I really believe that I'm good at something, and I really believe that I can take decisions, and I show that outside. So what's happening inside, it's one thing, but what's happening on the outside is a different thing. So to be confident and to be self-confident, I must be good within. If I'm not good within, then I cannot show that outside. Showing something outside and what's happening inside are interconnected. Both can affect each other. So Ruby says and asks, like, okay, things can happen outside that they're not that good and that I don't like what's happening in my environment, or I do something that maybe does not fulfill me. So that is something external. Okay? That's something external. This can affect confidence, yes. But can it define your confidence? It shouldn't. Why? Because even though whatever is happening outside right now that is not fulfilling, I know that this is temporary. And the confidence comes from the fact that I am working on the right things. I'm taking the right decisions. Maybe I also took some wrong decisions, but this is not the end of the world, because what's happening right now in my outside, it's just the manifestation, the outcome of my decisions and my confidence and my beliefs in the past. So the way that you felt before, it's what you see and you experience right now. So it doesn't mean that this result that you're experiencing now is because of you and your perception and your abilities right now. This is the result, the outcome of all the behaviors and your beliefs in the past. So right now, in this very moment, you're learning something new about confidence in this call. Every week you show up and you learn something about your soft skills. You exchange ideas with like-minded people, right? So you know with confidence, and if you do not, you should know with confidence that the result of these decisions, the result of this time that you spend in this group, the result of everything that you're doing right now is going to be your environment tomorrow. So when something that you're experiencing right now, it's unfulfilling, just remind yourself, this is what it is now. I cannot change what it is and what I'm experiencing in this moment externally, but I have two decisions I can take. In this moment, I can choose and change what I feel about this situation. And in this moment, I can choose and I can decide how I want to feel tomorrow. So the confidence right now comes not from the fact that outside you're not fulfilled. It comes from the fact that you know that you're choosing differently. So wherever you are right now, repeat after me. I am confident about the decisions I take right now. I am confident about the decisions I take right now. I know that the decisions I take right now will lead me to greater results. So this is the key and the key difference, because external environment right now is a combination of past decisions and past behaviors and patterns. So it's only normal to be currently right now in a situation that you wouldn't wish for, right? I'll give you a personal example. I've had a few challenging months when it comes to certain business results, business outcomes. I'm redefining my business structures. Had some very, very challenging months when it comes to financials, uh, resolving partnerships that they didn't work. Of course, I woke up some mornings, some days, some evenings, and I didn't feel confident externally because I'm like, okay, it's my birthday even, or it's this something that I want to be doing. And right now I'm just considering how can I rearrange budgets to make sure that there is enough for the past few months to pay my mortgage, pay my team, make sure that things are right there. And for me, it's fine. I can go by with less for a bit. So externally, I didn't feel very much confident because I worked for something way different. My decisions were very, very different. But here's how I rewired and I reframed. Right now, my environment is a product of my wishes, my thoughts, my decisions I took 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. The mind and the mindset of the Sophia back then was very different, day and night. Day and night. This situation that I am right here, right now, is a product of my decisions. When I look where I am right now, and even if something is unfulfilling, number one, Ruby and everyone here in this call, your best friend is gratitude. Here I have my journal. Here I have my journal. This is what I do every single day. Simplicity. Right now, not everything is perfect. Some things externally demotivate me a lot and hit my confidence. But I am so sure that all the decisions I'm taking right now the person I become right now, the people I hang out right now, the things that I design and I create right now are going to lead me to greater results, more fulfilling relationships, and more fulfilling environment. Can I have a tissue, please? Thank you. Asante. You want to say hi? Let me remove the background. Everyone can see you now from all over the world. Invite them to Zanzibar. So you see a very simple example. 1 second, let me blow my nose. So I'm here, I'm doing my call. When it's something very confidential, I choose to do my calls at home in an environment that is different. Right now, I'm here in the middle. I have nothing to be afraid or being shy about what I do, right? Unless it's something confidential, I'm here running my workshop. Everyone will walk by. I joined workshops with my coaches, and I did it in a cafes, and I had to stand up and do my affirmations out loud. This is confidence, and this is confidence that comes from the fact that I don't really care what others are going to think right now. I am not disturbing someone with what I do right now. And this is something that is important to me. And that's how it happens. I'm here. So people walk and want to say hi, want to see what you're doing, and they walk in the camera, right? Yes. Now, this our beautiful friend here that works, when I told him, hey, like he came to say hi, like, oh, everyone from all over the world sees you. But the confidence of say hi, it's like, oh my God, everyone sees me now. It's like, got shy and withdrew. That's cute. That's humble. But at the same time, this is like business or relationships. Sometimes you walk into something, and when you realize that someone that their energy affects you is there, something you don't know is there, a lot of things are there, you kind of like, damn, now I must withdraw a little bit. So this is the part that I wouldn't say, Andrea, fake it until you make it necessarily. A part of it can be, yes. I wouldn't say fake it. I would say practice it until you make it. Practice confidence until you make it. You shouldn't necessarily fake it until you make it, right? And you know how connected our brain is with our body, right? So the moment I'm teaching you the power pose, the moment you sit or stand tall, chin is back, shoulders are back, you're having the power pose. So you're opening up. When you're opening up, maybe in the moment you're not really feeling it, but what do? With a choice of posture, you're choosing to signal your brain to know, oh, actually, I'm good. I'm here. And often I get this question about being introverted or doing work behind the scenes or doing work in front of the camera, wanting to be in front of the camera. There are some differences in between the two, but the essence is the same. Feeling confidence has nothing to do with whether someone is going to see you in front of the camera, or someone is going to read your email, or someone is going to receive your product. Someone knows your name and knows your face, and nobody knows your name and knows your face. And this is something that I always teach my clients. I tell this to my team. Be assertive in what you do. Have confidence in your value, in your knowledge, in your professionalism. I can smell and I can sense an unconfident response in writing just by reading few words. And your client, your stakeholders are going to sense that as well. And this is not something that you want, especially when you have a product or a service. You don't want people to, it's like, hey, this is what I sell. Maybe it's good. No, I know that this has so much value. And the reason I'm asking you this much or to invest this or do this is because I know that when you get this, then X, Y, and Z. So you can say, yes, I can fake it until I make it, but then fake, you signal your brain with the words, fake it until you may not practice. You practice it. You practice it. So let me see. I wait to increase my confidence. I'm much more confident now, but still need a boost. So I'll ask that to the group. What are some good ways to increase your confidence? I know that you're confident, and I'm happy to read in the private message that you're more confident than before, but how can you increase that? How can you increase it? First of all, let me give you, as I promised, a distinction between confidence and arrogance. Because a lot of people think that if I put myself out there, if I'm confident, maybe I come across as egoistic, maybe I come across as arrogant, and we don't want that. So confidence, I started with this. You believe in your abilities, you believe in your judgment, you're optimistic. So you can trust that you will take the right decisions. Now, when we're talking about arrogance, arrogance is exaggeration. Arrogance is exaggeration of how much you think your abilities are important, right? And of course, take into account energy. I bring myself as an example because I'm a high energy person. I'm like, I sometimes don't even sit down. I can have a lot of it. I'm also getting into, and I am into the public speaking sector. Therefore, I have a certain presence and stance that indicates that I am self-assured. You know that there is no arrogance is there when you see something that you have proof about it. So someone that is arrogant usually believes so much in something without having any proof or evidence, substantial proof of evidence that what they're talking about, doing, or feeling is true. So when someone, I'm talking about my work and the value of someone sitting in front of me and having a conversation about their life and business. The reason I believe that I am one of the best coaches out there is not because I have to say that to sell more. No, I don't care. I don't say that because I'm full of myself and I feel like I'm there and there's no one else like me. No, I say that because it took me more than a decade of education to study what I'm talking about. It took me more than 8 years of practice with thousands of people on the things that I'm talking about. I have a team around me that has professional skills and they know what they're working on and talking about. And when you go out there online and you see the results of the person that sat in front of me, whether they were young professionals, haven't started their career, whether they're CEOs, that they have $1 million or billion-dollar companies, whether they're leaders, managers, or simple people that they just grew up in orphanages in Africa, they can tell you what they felt, what they experienced, and what they're implementing. So the moment I talk about what I do, I have proof, I have evidence from different sources. So I'm going to ask you this. What evidence do you have in your life that shows, that proves that you are good in what you do? I'll give you a moment to reflect. What evidence, proof, results, something tangible? So, oh, not I feel I am good at that, or I feel I will be good at this. Proof, proof. So a great way to feel even more confident about what you do, because confidence, remember, it's also external. This is your proof. Amazing. Customers are always satisfied from my service. Listen to that. Evgenia, she didn't say I did a good job. You come where I work and you're satisfied. Customers are always satisfied from my service. Always. So confidence, another way to boost your confidence even more is to use bold, powerful words. Don't be afraid to say best. Don't be afraid to say always. Because this is, if you fake it, if I say that without me believing it, it's seen. People see it. In the beginning, until you really believe it yourself, yes, maybe indeed, it will be that feeling of, yes, I do it, but I'm not 100% sure about it. But don't be afraid to use these bold words. I'm the best coach out there, most qualified, exceptional results. I am the best in customer service. If you come to my place, you're going to be always satisfied. You're going to come back. So being bold. Then reading the comment of Andrea, in my job, I teach nursing students and I'm amazed at how a very little confidence they have in them to do certain things. They live with the fear of making mistakes and judgments from the peers. I always try to boost their confidence, let them practice, and it's amazing the difference it makes to them. So being confident does not mean that you do not make mistakes. And that's another way to know if someone is arrogant or not. When you're teaching others, you can really see who is confident, who is not, who has something in them, who does not. So it's really important to give feedback. Same comes to us, like to us feeling confident and receiving feedback. Again, I want to give with example, to speak with example. I do so much work in the leadership field. I do believe strongly in my ability to influence businesses, to influence business leaders. I do believe in my abilities as a leader. I do believe I'm a great leader. At the same time, I have never stated or will ever state that I am a leader, a boss, a manager, or whoever that does not make mistakes. Of course, I'm a human being. I also have problems. I also have emotions. I also have things happening in my life that I do my best to be authentic and share, but at the same time, make sure that I protect my people, my family from what I go through. So sometimes I also make mistakes, and sometimes I'm judged. So what do? I'm very open to feedback. I'm open to say sorry. I look back and I do my best to course correct. Being confident does not mean that you get everything right or that others should expect that you do everything perfect. I may be the best fashion brand in the world. You see, there is so much drama also on social media, and especially with virality of content. I know some of you, you want to be producing more content and being out there, being the face of your country or your of your business for your products, or represent huge organizations like the NHS in the UK, having huge organizations in Canada. So this doesn't mean that you may not make a mistake. On the contrary, you may make a mistake and then you need a huge public apology. But let me also tell you that Because there is, when it comes to public image and to visibility and confidence, there is strategy around that. One of my friends, he's a very famous actor in Greece, won a lot of like modeling competitions as well. And we were having a conversation the other day because now he just moved to LA for a Netflix series. So we were talking about another famous person and some things that they were posted online. And he told me this: listen, Sophie, you think, or people think that celebrities they suffer because, you know, they may make something and they're judged, etc. Most of these times, whatever you see is strategically created. If I want visibility, I just go to an agency and they say, oh my God, we saw Mary, who is actress in X, Y, and Z, being drunk and vomiting on the sidewalks of, I don't know, Montreal. This can be set up. So people want to create that attention, right? So some things are set up in there. So I would urge you not to be afraid even. Maybe even tomorrow for your business, you will create certain initiatives or your team will create certain initiatives to gain visibility. Right now, everything is a war of attention. If you want to make more money, get paid more, work for a business, do things, make sure that what you're doing gets more attention. Make sure that you reach out more. Be more extroverted in a sense of, don't be afraid even to spam in a way if you believe in your product, in your service, and in your offering. So being arrogant is not the same as being confident, because confidence has proof and arrogance does not. And someone also commented on my post about confidence that they don't entirely agree, because there is also self-esteem is important. Self-confidence and self-esteem, they come, how much I value myself is an internal function, starts from the inside. So it's not about the external validation. Therefore, yes, we make mistakes. If it's something that we can correct, we do. We shouldn't be feeling arrogant, and very nicely you should explain always, or that this is not arrogant. And if someone thinks that you're arrogant, but you know who you are, it is what it is. It is what it is. And also the same goes to dating. I was having that conversation the other day, and sometimes it's a protective mechanism that we have both men and women. When it comes to rejection or withdrawal, we think that if someone pulls away, it's because we did something wrong, we're not good looking enough, we're not good enough, and we tend to self-blame, while it may be the other person. What if the other person is not that confident to pursue? We're here right now, this group, all of us, and we're talking about boosting confidence even more. I kid you not, almost every person there around you, even the most bold guy or girl, successful business owner or not, majority of them, they struggle within themselves with confidence. So confidence is influenced by our thoughts, emotions, and past experiences. So 3 things I want you to remember: thoughts, emotions, and past experiences. Yeah, you can have it, of course. Thank you. So our thoughts create our reality. But when I talk about thoughts, I talk about your inner dialogue. What do you do? How do you talk to yourself? I even catch myself sometimes to speak badly to myself. I'm like, oh my God, this is not working. Like, can't you do a little bit better? Maybe, why aren't you doing more? Come on, you think this is going to work out? I even catch myself do that all the time. But I stopped myself. I stopped myself as fast as possible. And I apologize because this is the direct result of all these past years of whatever was happening to me, how I started talking to myself. And now it's changing. So practice. Practice makes perfect. Practice it until you make it. Don't fake it until you make it. Practice it. So positive self-talk, positive affirmations. This is what enhances your confidence. So repeating to yourself and reminding, I am capable of handling this challenge. I am capable of changing my reality. I am capable of making this happen is going to have great results. This is number one, thoughts. Number two, emotions. Our emotional states can affect how confident we behave. For example, if you're sad or if you are going through a situation that is not great or perfect, it can be family related, it can be relationship related. The way that you feel, it's going to influence the way that you are confident about other areas as well. So let's say I'm in a very happy day of mine, things are going great. The guy I like texted me, I got a sale. This creates a happy emotion. This happy emotion can really help me feel better. At the same time, maybe I have a bad day or the guy I like didn't show up or was not there, didn't come to my birthday party or whatever. This can influence my confidence because my confidence is a direct result, not only from what I'm good at, maybe I'm confident in my coaching, in my speaking, but because I'm feeling a little bit sad about something else, this affects my confidence in something that I'm confident about. What is the solution? Very, very important. Take a note of that. Emotional regulation. Being able to manage your emotional responses to different situations. So emotional regulation. Emotional regulation. Because the moment that emotion comes, first of all, you know, emotions are chemical reactions in your brain. These chemical reactions in your brain need a few minutes to pass. So the moment I'm having the trigger because something is happening, I take my attention to recognize what I'm experiencing. Oh, damn, I feel shitty about this. I feel sad. I'm disappointed. This person did this. I'm disappointed. This person did that. I'm sad this happened. I'm angry. I accept it. I'm like, okay, this situation can change. I choose to feel good. I choose to feel better. I choose to be at my best. So emotional regulation is your key to shifting emotion because emotion manipulates confidence. And I use the word manipulates here because it can be a positive or a negative, right? Depending on the emotion that you experience, it may affect your confidence. So do you think people or brands out there, business owners, that they receive so much judgment, so much hate, so much controversy, experience negative emotions, that they let this go like that or affect them? Some they do. That's why they struggle, but some they don't. Or even if they don't show, they actively work with someone in order to change it. In my understanding and my humble opinion, at the moment, 2024 onwards, there should be nobody out there that wants to feel better or do better that is not involved in any form of self-development, or spend few months without, or not even a month, without doing a form of practice or having someone to support them actively in that. Yesterday, 1:30, like I left my birthday celebration 12:30 to go back home. 1:30, I had a call for my personal development and my year planning and my motivation. And because I speak with someone that is very hard to book an appointment, and I book months in advance, and I invest in significant resources, financial also, it's my birthday. I just want to have fun and party. But the only time I could book was that specific moment and day. I show up and do it because I know that this is my responsibility to myself and my gift to myself, to have someone make me aware about certain flaws, certain things I should be mindful of, and certain things that just by listening to it yesterday, I'm like, yes, I know. It's not that I need to hear it from you to know it. Sometimes also some of you don't need to hear it from me to know it, but it's the best thing you could do in the moment to hear it. Because this reaffirmation is important. And emotional regulation is, we should do some more about that. And I'm happy to share even more. Emotional regulation is so important because thoughts can be automatic. Same with emotions. They're so interconnected. And very often it's so instant that it's just going to come out. No matter how much you have developed with yourself, it's very, very important to know that you will be experiencing the anxiety. You will be experiencing the overwhelm. All you need to do is learn how to deal with that. So emotional regulation and doing that internally, the internal reminders and the external reminders. So Andrea says, I'm glad you touched the emotional regulation topic. Recently, I felt overwhelmed, and it was so bad that I failed to apply the tools which I would normally use to self-regulate. I was completely dependent on the outside to feel better. As a result, my confidence dropped. Yes, it's only normal. And I'm going to share this with you. Actually, I have an example of a client. One of my clients is gets involved with really, really important governmental work. So I have, of course, my public clients, but I work with certain people that you're not going to see a testimonial out there. You're not going to see any name out there. You're not never going to know countries, locations, things, because they're highly confidential profiles. And I receive a phone call, and it doesn't have to be a person of that status or things to, sometimes I always urge it. It's a moment of urgency to reach out, no matter if it's a message. I always, no matter where I am or what I do, even though I keep and I maintain my boundaries, if I can in the moment, I'm gonna give you back a word, a question, a voice note, the support you need, really. I received a message that is alarming. We're talking about a person of immense confidence, huge status, and important things. Like, I need to speak now. I'm like, in a meeting, 30 minutes. It's like, okay, it can wait for tomorrow. I know in the moment for that message that this cannot wait for tomorrow. So we're talking about a person that not only is so confident, so accomplished, has been helping globally, involved with huge governmental projects and work, in the moment feels so crushed because of something really minor, emotional and dramatic but in the moment, just needs to regulate and cannot. And a very, very easy and important way to regulate is to express. And I am also very, very guilty about that because I'm so good at supporting others to self-regulate. I'm very good at self-regulation, but I have the powerful tool of sharing. And sometimes I just don't do because I just like to keep it. I know I self-regulate and I don't use one of the most powerful tools. Just call a person, even in the moment, and share. Even that 30-minute, 1-hour conversation that I had in the moment, 85% I listened. I gave one important advice. I told them, this no, this don't do. As an advisor, I said, from all that, whatever, but this no, strictly no. Few hours later tomorrow, that drama was gone, just simply by having that urgent session in the moment. You can be the most confident person of power, money, value, famous, whatever, beautiful or not. You can have these moments. And when I repeat all the time, when emotions are up, intelligence goes down. So to take smart decisions, first you self-regulate, your emotion goes down, and then you're able to take decisions. Do you think all the big politicians out there or celebrities, the moment they experience the frustration or the drama, they make the post? No. Because emotion is up, intelligence is down. And a lot of that is very, very, as I said, organized. So don't be afraid to be that judge. And of course, confidence is can have the ups and downs, right? And that's the thing. When we're talking about people of value or people that they care and they're mindful, they always think that, oh, I may be a burden. Maybe what I share is going to be a burden to someone. Then choose the moments that you do it. Choose the right moment to share. Even if you need to keep it for a bit, share it. Choose the right moment. And of course, we're not saying here be the glitch complainer that someone is like, you bother them all the time and complain about the right things, but choose the things. And sometimes I give you here the space, like, hey, how is everything going? Sometimes you're sharing something. I was so proud of Ruby last week. She joined the call. She said, hey, this isn't happening. Just 2 minutes of sharing. Go and do it. I'm giving you also the space here to share. You're not dumping anything to anyone, just sharing a little bit about what's up. So take your voice. Here in our calls, I'm giving you the platform and the chance to just say something. Ask a question. Take it. Take it. Be confident in taking space. Be confident in taking time. There are some people so good out there to take time or too much time even. So then you become good at setting boundaries, which is a different topic for a different day. To wrap up for today, I gave you 2 out of 3. How we influence self-confidence. We influence by thoughts, by emotions, and past experiences. It's the third one. So past experiences of success or failure is the indication of self-confidence. So the feedback we receive, the examples, the testimonials, and our mind is going to remember the negative. Now, here is your chance to select and classify the data that your brain stores, because our mind is a storage folder and chooses to remember certain things. So if you struggle sometimes or self-esteem and confidence goes down, probably your mind has reminded you of something or that didn't go well of someone that puts you down, of an experience that was not of a certain value or was not of something that didn't go well. So choose consciously and aim to find these experiences that are going to shape the way that you feel in the moment. So thoughts, emotions, and past experiences. After this call, I want you to write down the most predominant thoughts that you have that affect your confidence, the emotions that you experience that affect your confidence, and some of the past experiences of hurt, rejection, failure that define the way that you feel. Once you have that, I want you to take some time and rewire those and find, what did I tell you before? Proof, evidence of good emotions, of someone recognizing you, of someone liking you, of someone having an impact or a result because of you. And write it down. And this is going to serve as your reminder to confidence. So with that, I'm going to put a full stop. I'm going to also stop the recording to leave some space for a question without being on camera, in case that you would like to share something personal that stays within our group. And for our month of August, we're going to be talking about being well. We talked about confidence, Unshakable talked confidence today to kick off the month. We didn't do much on goal setting, but I urge you to write down your goals of the month. And next time we meet, next week, we're going to talk about the mind and body connection. I'm traveling to India next week. I'm attending one very, very important training for myself, for my future, for my impact, for the business, for everything that I do. I'm going to be fully committed to that. I never skip our call, but because timings, I'm going to be in India, and my training finishes very, very late. I'm going to follow up closely in case that we are skipping next week's session or not, because it will really depend in the moment of my training, because I have to be fully committed to that. If we skip, I'm going to, of course, may make it up to you time-wise and also material-wise. And with that, I'm putting a full stop, and I believe in you. Thoughts, questions, or sharings?